digress. This is a full circle totem, and some of these are about 4 feet tall. I think this one's probably about 3 feet tall. It's solid glass, so it's quite a feat to put one of these together. The story this one tells is of the bear. You can hardly see the salmon in the middle, but the cedar tree growing out, and this is the story of salmon spawning bed restoration. And as they're trying to stop the collapse of the returning salmon, they realize that these spawning grounds need to be maintained. And a lot of that has to do with the health of the river and the spawning bed. A lot of that has to do with the health of the riverbank and not logging up to the edge of the river, allowing wildlife the access to the river, because they drag the carcasses out into the bush, into the riparian vegetation. That nitrogen that comes from the composting salmon into the soil keeps the roots strong, holds the riverbank together, keeps it from washing out the salmon beds. It's really a perfect balance to spawning salmon, is they need that perfect spawning bed, that big gravel thing, and it can't, just one big washed out bank can silt the whole gravel bed and sort of ruin it. And it's kind of that story as they're trying to restore these spawning beds, about, giving access to the wildlife. It's a cooperation between, because I'm all for private property, but I'm also all for having us work together to kind of be what is the best thing to sustain all of us too. And that river health, the river, you can own a huge section of the river, but you can ruin it for everybody. And so, just taking those things into consideration, just the health